Good morning and happy Tuesday, and I'm Leanne and this is my weight loss channel. I'm trying to lose weight following Slimming World and I've been on quite a long journey. I've been doing this for quite a while now and I just record each step of my journey, the good, the bad, the ugly bits. I try to be super honest and well, welcome if you're new to my channel and it's lovely of you to join me. I have had quite a few new subscribers at the moment and that's really nice that people want to follow me along and want to join in on my travels along my weight loss journey. However, a huge hi to anybody that's been here before and my old subscribers. You guys really do keep me on track and keep me quite motivated. You're a huge inspiration to me and I do really appreciate it. And I think without doing the recordings, like the recordings help me grow as an individual and see like my triggers and my behaviors and things that I do wrong that I need to correct. But it also helps like me connect with people like you, because at the start of this journey, I felt really lonely and quite isolated and pretty vulnerable, and it's just helping me develop doing this anyway in lots of ways, and I'm really grateful for you guys that do follow me along. I haven't updated since my last update. I think it was my weigh day last Thursday, just because I've been really busy. And I did ask, I think it was the 12-week plan that I last uploaded, and I wanted to keep on top of updating on that. I've been thinking about how that's best to do it so it doesn't get boring, and I think what I will try to do is kind of condense a few days. I am not somebody that's really complicated with my weight loss journey. I don't particularly like cook all the time or do anything really interesting. So showing you my meals of the day and what I eat in a day could get really repetitive. It's a lot of time and sometimes I just haven't got that time to do that for every day. But I thought it'd be quite good if I just condensed the days so that I could tell you about what I'm eating, how my week's going, and just do it in, I'm not saying like every 3 days even, but just do it in small sections so then it kind of pushes it all together. So on Thursday, I got weighed and I'd lost a massive £8, which I can't believe that I lost £8. I'm not expecting a huge loss this week. I do think part of that is what I call false weight, because I put on for 2 weeks, only small amounts, but I put on for 2 weeks and I've been to a festival, I drank alcohol, there will have been water retention in that. And I will have been a bit bloated and things like that. And I just think that maybe that loss has been a bit of false weight, but either way, I'm taking it because I'm trying to battle. Sorry, I've got like the itchy nose. I'm trying to battle with my weight loss journey and every pound counts, so I'm just running with that. So this week, I'm not particularly expecting a huge loss, nor am I particularly desperate to get a huge loss. I figure it's just more sustainable and it's more manageable and it's more realistic if I'm okay just losing like 1 to half pound, maintain as a weekly thing, and I seem to fare better with that, and that's kind of how I want my journey to go. When I first started, I just wanted rid of the pounds, and now I'm kind of looking at the bigger picture and the longevity of this journey. And I just feel like that's a more level-headed approach. I'm not particularly aiming for a dead set amount per week. I find that throws me. If I say I want to lose £2 this week, it seems to give me a wobble for some reason. I get in my own head and it freaks me out. So I don't really particularly do that. However, I'd be lying if I didn't say I wanted to wake up in the morning and have lost 3 stone. But life's not like that and that ain't gonna happen. So we're just going along with this one step at a time. Now, I say I'd want to wake up in the morning and lose 3 stone, but in retrospect, if I'm actually really honest with myself, I'm quite enjoying this as a process now. To start off with, it started off as hard work and something I wasn't going to achieve. I'm kind of enjoying the process of change. Sometimes my head fights it. Sometimes I fight it. Sometimes I go into self-sabotage. such as, I find it weird that I found it really hard to get out of the 15 stone bracket. And Jane Day kind of gave me permission in a comment and were like, right, you can get out of this, you can do this, you all right to do this, or whatever she said. And I ended up doing it. So I do think your mind is a really powerful thing and does play a massive part in this. And if I'm really honest, I've started thinking about the future and the longevity of this journey. And it worries me a little bit, I think, to consider that one day I won't have an aim, to lose weight. And I fare really well with aims and figures and numbers and having a goal to achieve. And the maintenance now is starting to worry me a little bit. I think it's more the unknown, probably, if I'm really honest. But I don't know. I think like weight loss and losing weight and being on a diet has become that much of me and my life and what I'm doing with it, that to not have that almost feels scary. It feels like what actually happens when you get to your goal. And I know you get the challenge of weight loss. I know, like, in terms of maintaining that weight loss. And that's a whole new ball game. And I'm sure I will truly enjoy finding where my level is when I eventually get to the target that I actually don't know what it is properly yet. And I do think that that will have its own set of challenges. And I'm sure at that point I will somehow find that I really enjoy that, and that will become what I'm doing, and hopefully will one day become normal and natural and second nature. But right at the minute, the concept of getting there is starting to worry me a little bit. Worry is the wrong word, something that I'm mindful about and that I'm starting to consider. And when I've started to consider it, and I've thought, I didn't know whether I like that. That's something else new. And you know how our little minds love to fight change, because they do. So yeah, that's something. But I'm quite glad I'm mindful about that, and it's something to consider. And I'm ages away from that, so it's not something that's going to be a massive issue, is it? So this week, I started writing in my 12-week countdown diary. That went well until Monday. Because guess who's lost their diary? I can't find it anywhere. I can't even remember the last time I had it. Now, I'm sure it's in one of my handbags because I carry it around with me all the time, somewhere. And Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I wrote down in that book, and it was really good because there was some curveballs in life that were thrown at me. But Monday and today, I can't find it. I've even looked this morning because I thought I'm going to make a video and I'm going to tell you what I've been eating, and I'm going to use that book and show how I'm using it as a tool. And maybe if somebody's struggling, they'll be able to see that and be like, oh, actually, I forgot that helps. So I'm going to use written like diaries on what I'm eating as a bit of a tool for myself, and I'm going to do it with Leanne. And I thought I was going to be all inspiring and all helpful and maybe help one person out there get back on track and feel a bit more in control. And then stupid ass me has bloody lost it. I've looked in each one of the bags that I have had out with me over the weekend, and I can't find it. And so Monday's not been written down, and it doesn't look like today's going to be either until that turns up. So it's quite frustrating. But what I have done in replacement, and if I find it, I'm going to add the stuff to it, is I've got the Fitbit app. So I've been documenting what I've been eating in that and everything that I've been drinking. And I actually find that easier than the Slimming World app, because I don't know about you, but my Slimming World app logs me out all the time. It sometimes just don't work because it's really dodgy with the network like connection, I think. And then sometimes it won't add it, and it's just a bit of a ball ache sometimes. So what I tend to do is write stuff down, or if I'm doing it like on an app like I'm now, I will do it on the Fitbit app, and then when I get onto the Slimming World app, I will add it in. I've been doing this long enough now that I kind of know most things that I eat regularly, or what the sins are, or what amounts I can have, and things like that. So that's not too bad of an issue. But I have made sure that I've documented in some which way, shape and form. And yesterday, I worked a 13-hour shift at work. So that was pretty easy to stay on track because I had clients one straight after another. I did not have a particular gap. I mean, I ran to the toilet, but I didn't particularly have a gap where I didn't have somebody with me. And there's no shop next door where I work or anything. So running to the shop to get snacks and stuff is not an option. So I had to take my lunch to work, which you probably think that's not great and that's rubbish. But actually, do you know when you're trying to watch what you're eating, it's bloody fantastic. Oh, I'm going to just cross my legs so I don't hurt my bum. It's bloody fantastic because I plan my day in the morning and whatever I've laid out in front of me is what I eat, and what's not there, I can't eat. So that worked out pretty good. So let me run you through my life. On Thursday, what happened on Thursday? I went to Slimming World. I came home and I had scrambled egg on toast. You can add up here like the free foods and the healthy B's and A's because I'm going to get really confused trying to remember off the top of my head what I've eaten. So if you're doing Slimming World, you can do that. Or if you're doing calorie counting and you're interested, you can think about like what decisions I've made and how many calories it'd be and stuff like that. Because to be quite honest, that's not going to happen today from me because it's already down on my book and I can't find my book, which is really annoying. So yeah, I had scrambled egg. Now I didn't have that while about 12 o'clock. I had one slice of brown bread, no butter. I don't make my scrambled egg with milk. It's just a scrambled egg. Well, a couple of scrambled eggs and with loads of salt and pepper. And then I put mixed herbs on it and a little bit of chili flakes because it was like a dinner timey thing. For tea, I had new potatoes, sweet corn and peas and little carrots because that's what I fancied with some fried off, God, what are they called? Like corn pieces. Because I'm really consciously trying to eat more protein just because I think that keeps me fuller for longer and I think long term that's how my meals I want them to go. And being vegetarian, that can be so easy to miss out of your diet, and I don't really like to eat loads of like processed day, like chicken nuggets and things like that. So the corn I'm trying to eat is just corn, which I know is fully processed and not great for you. But you know, when you're vegetarian, sometimes you don't have that choice. And I'm trying to balance up the importance of protein, and the importance of convenience and the importance of reducing like processed stuff. So yeah, that's going to be a little bit of a journey for me. And I know I'm not there yet, but small steps. You know, you don't have to achieve everything overnight. These changes can be done over a gradual amount of time. And I do think that when I used to diet, that used to be a mistake that I tried to like kind of do everything and be perfect all at once. Integrating things slowly and gently and learning about them along the way as you're integrating them definitely makes them long-term better than going full hog. I'm fully aware of what I can eat as a vegetarian or even a vegan and increase my protein. I know I can eat lentils and beans and pulses and nuts and blah, 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 without eating processed things. But you know, when you're working and when stuff's going off, that stuff, and it's not prepped and prepared. Sometimes when you're starving, hungry, and you just want to eat fast, but you want to stay on plan and make the best choices you can at the time, that is how it goes. I'm not saying that because I think any of you guys lecture me. I'm just, obviously, I've lectured myself about that, and it's a bit of an issue that I want to work on, but I'm not there yet. So that was Thursday. Friday, I had a bit of I had milk in my tea and coffee. I had a latte that somebody brought me when I was at work. And I had one high five bar on that day. I know I did because I took it to work with me. I drank loads more water and herbal tea, which I'm quite proud of. So then on Friday, I didn't do breakfast. I had 3 boiled eggs for my dinner with salt and pepper because that's all I had time to do. I just drank tea and coffee all day and water. I had milk as my healthy A's and I used both of them. Use both of them. And then, what did I do? Friday, me and Oliver went to, we actually, Friday, Oliver went out. He went on Tyler's awards ceremony, so he slept out, so I didn't actually see him Friday. Oh, Friday was heaven. I literally came home from work. I made myself something to eat, which I had quiche and salad and potatoes and a little bit of rice, and my salads are epic. At that, had something to eat with Lily, and we watched a film. I watched the Whitney Houston film that's on ITV Extra, I think it's on, or BBC iPlayer. I Want to Dance with Somebody, if you've watched it. I really love Whitney Houston, so that was really nice to sit and watch with Lily. I did some crocheting, I went in the bath, and I went to sleep, and I freaking loved it. It was so nice. Oliver came back the next day. He was absolutely hungover on Saturday. We didn't really do much. He kind of literally vegetated all day. I got some jobs done in the house. I had omelette for my dinner, and then for my tea, I ended up having some steamed veg and some more of the corn, like chickeny strips from Iceland that I fried up and seasoned, and it was really nice. He had some shitty takeaway, and I was not jealous at all because it smelled disgusting. It smelled so fatty, and I'm not really into takeaways, and I don't even eat meat, so most of the time takeaways for vegetarians around here in Rotherham are crap. So yeah, that were really, really good. I had really good days. On Sunday, we took his dad out. Now, I'd not eaten many since, and we didn't really take his dad out a lot, and I feel sorry for his dad because he's a little bit lonely. So we didn't have breakfast, and we didn't have dinner because we ended up busy. We took him out in Oliver's new car and took him to Wentworth Garden Centre. We then bought a jam and cream scone and a cup of tea. Now, I thought I'm going to have the jam and cream scone. I felt like it, and it weren't actually massive like they usually are. I just used less cream and jam and thought, that's fine. I can sin that in, and I didn't really have many sins over the last few days, and I'm cool with that. And I know you're not supposed to save sins, but sometimes I do because I don't like forcing myself to eat all the sins, because what a pointless entity, forcing yourself to have the sins even if you don't want them. Now, I don't restrict and not have them at all, but I am not going to eat stuff that I don't want just because Slimming World says that this is so. It's like a guidance, and I know people say that you're supposed to eat the sins and the healthy A and Bs because then otherwise when you start plateauing, you haven't got anything to reduce from. You know, if you look at that from a biological sense, it doesn't make sense. Your body, you could eat 0 calories for 3 weeks, and then you could eat 200 calories for 3 weeks, and your body will still lose weight. You don't have to eat a certain amount of like calories per day. Now, I'm not suggesting anybody does that, because restricting yourself too much doesn't work and your body won't get the nutrients it needs. I know. But if I'm eating a substantial amount of like nutrients and proteins and it's balanced, then I don't have to force myself to eat the sins. I don't. Like the healthy A's and B's, I can kind of get on board with because you need fibre, but fiber's in other stuff other than the things that's in your healthy B choices. And A's like the calcium and stuff. There's plenty of people that don't eat dairy. Do you know, like there is other ways to get calcium into your diet. And I'm not saying people shouldn't, but I don't stress out about making sure I eat every single one of my sins, or at least 10 of them a day. If I eat them, I'll eat them. But if on 3 days I don't want to eat them, I'm not going to force myself to eat them, because that's how the plan works for me. But then when, say, I go for a jam and cream scone, I can do that and I don't, fingers crossed, genuinely like put loads of weight on. It's like a one-off treat, and that's kind of where my sins go for the week. Anyway, that's enough of that one. That's like how I do this diet. So I had a jam and cream scone. However, this is maybe an overshare. I sat in the back of Oliver's car so Oliver's dad could see his new car, and he was driving around and showing me this car, and he was like weaving a bit, like not weaving like fast and dangerous, but it's a long car, and I suffer with motion sickness. So by the time we got so far, guess who was throwing up? Me. That I threw up my entire cup of tea and jam and cream scone. So although I ate it, I'm not sure all of it got digested. I'm just going to say that. I'm not good anymore now I'm older. Since I've had tea, actually, with motion sickness, I genuinely in a car, in the back and front of the car, I'm totally fine. Back of the car, I'm horrendous, which concerns me because I've booked a cruise to go around the Norwegian fjords. And I've never been on a cruise. And I'm starting to believe that maybe my motion sickness could become a little bit of a problem. Who knows? So Sunday after evening, Oliver had something crap that I didn't want to eat. I think it was like ribs or something. So then I just ended up having leftover veg and corn again. And I was quite satisfied with that, quite liked it. And then I had 2 high-five bars, cups of tea. I always like to use my healthy ears on cups of tea because I love tea and coffee, mostly tea. And then yesterday I worked all day. So I only had time to throw in, I had 4 boiled eggs that I took to work. I ate them through the day with 2 high-five bars. And then what did I do last night? Oh, I made myself my cheesy pasta, which is pasta with, the cathedral cheese that's spreadable, the lighter one. I had that half a tub of that with some natural Greek yogurt. I made it into a sauce. I added loads of salt, pepper, mixed Italian herbs, and a little bit of chili flakes. I put some veg in with that, and then just like the little frozen veg, which were like sweet corn, carrots, peas, and whatever. Mixed it all in with some corn, and then I ate that as a meal. And I've started having a smaller bowl when I eat carbs like that, because otherwise I eat shitloads and it's just ridiculous. And other than that, that's all I did yesterday because I worked absolutely tons. And then I just went to bed, and today is Tuesday morning. So that is my life, and that is why I'm going to do it in one condensed video, because I think it's quite boring for you. I have caught you up. I do feel like I'm doing okay this week. I feel quite in control. Writing it down is really helping. It's making me more mindful, and in both ways, it's making me mindful when I've not ate enough, and I think that's a good thing. I'm going to try and find my diary today because I'm off work today and I'm listing for my online little resale shop. But I do need to find that today. And I'm going to go swimming this afternoon because I've not been all weekend since Thursday, actually, because I've been really busy. So I think I'm going to try and swim and I'm going to go to the gym and then swim today. And then Friday, no, what day are we on? Tuesday I'm swimming and in the gym today. So I'm going to do like an hour in the gym and then an hour swim, which I find really relaxing, the swimming. And then Wednesday I am going to go swimming after work. That is the plan. And then Thursday's back to weigh day and I'll keep updating you then. But that's my plan moving forward. I'm going to try and keep myself on a really even keel. And let's see what the scales say this week. It'll be quite interesting because, and just to see how my writing stuff down's working. I hope that you're having a fantastic week. And if you're on a weight loss journey, that you've got the losses that you want. I'd say a quick well done to Gemma because she's got herself into a new stone bracket, which I'm super proud of you about that. I love stone bracket changes and I fight them. They are so hard to get into. I find those harder to achieve than what I do the like stone awards that you get from Slimming World. I don't know why, but I think it's because I focus on them. So I am super, 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 super proud of you, Gemma, for getting into your new stone bracket. If you're not watching it, it's Gemma's Life, I think the channel's called. She's a lovely lady from Rotherham, so she's amazing. And also Emma, who is on holiday at the moment. Huge congratulations to you because she's got into a new stone bracket too. Slightly jealous because I want to get into them stone brackets, guys, but you paving the way for me and inspiring me to soldier on to get into them. So hopefully in the next 2-3 weeks, I might be joining you. So well done, guys. Woo! I am slowly catching up on everybody's channels, but it's slow because I'm super busy at the minute and I don't watch YouTube in ages. So I will catch up with you again soon. Think thin, and I hope you're having a wonderful day.